All right, guys, I have a list in front of me of 21 items I sold in 2021 that I profited more than $60 on. So if you want to see what I sold with those kind of profit margins, stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Kay and you've arrived at my weird little corner of the internet. Welcome. If you're new here, I am a part-time reseller mostly on eBay and Poshmark. And today I have a collab with Becky Park on Poshmark and some amazing people who have taken her YouTube reseller course. Speaking of, she does have a new group starting in January. There is a link in my description down below if you want to use that. And you can also use the coupon code SAVE40. I will put it right here on the screen and in the description to save $40 off your course. I've talked about it before on this channel, but it has really helped me here on YouTube. I don't honestly think I would have gotten monetized this year if it wasn't for Becky's group. Her knowledge is just invaluable, and I mean, you can see for yourself on her YouTube channel, she is growing and growing and growing, and there's no stopping her, and she just has so much knowledge. Plus, she's a music teacher, so she has that teacher background, and she definitely put that to use with creating her course. Anyway, in today's video, I'm gonna share with you my top 21 sales of this year. Granted, it is December 30th, so I could still have like a couple heavy hitters or maybe one, probably none between today and tomorrow, but this is everything cumulative all year starting in January. So let's get into it. I'm pretty sure on this list I have 4 different platforms that I made sales on. All of them are over $60 in profit. That's just how it worked out when I broke down the highest profit items. So here we go. Okay, so I did move over a little bit, as you can see, this lovely blank space right here, but I'm gonna try to insert photos for most of the listings. I might not be able to grab all of them because I'm kind of late to the game with getting this video uploaded today, so we'll see what we can do. And I know eBay only stores data for like 3 months, so if it's older than 3 months, which a lot of these are, I might just try and see if I can find like a stock photo for the item and insert it here for you so you can see what it looks like. But we're gonna talk about eBay first. These are gonna be in chronological order by platform, and eBay had the most, so that's where I'm starting. So I'm going to talk about 12 items on the eBay platform that sold for the purposes of this video. The first one I'm going to talk about is a Free People rare Dominican printed flare jeans. These were a size 30, super flare. They had like this white pattern, if I remember correctly, like screen printed on the front of them. These sold on February 6th. All in, the buyer paid $108.79. I paid $6.49, and after fees and shipping, my profit is $81.73. Item number 2 from eBay sold on March 20th. It was a 3-pack of Funko Pops, the New England Patriots. It had Brady, Gronkowski, and Edelman, and I didn't have the box because I originally purchased this for myself, so my cost is $0. I've had it for a few years and just decided to get rid of it. I don't really have a need or use for Pops anymore. So all in, the buyer paid $130.10. To be honest, I could have gotten way more if I had the box. The comps at the time that I sold this were around, I think, close to $300 with the box, like a mint box intact. So I kind of did myself a disservice not keeping the box, but again, I just originally got them for myself, so I didn't need the box. Anyways, profit after fees and shipping is $106.01, so that was a really great sale. Okay, item number 3 on eBay is an Anthropologie Byron Lars Beauty Mark. That's the brand of Anthropologie. They were an ultra wide leg pinstripe pants. I was really excited to find these. I had never found Byron Lars before and heard really good things about it. I paid $7.19 for them. All in, the buyer paid $109.90. These were like $400 pants new. And my total profit after fees and shipping is $77.26. All right, so a couple months went by on eBay, about 3 months until June 14th when I sold a Marc Jacobs hot pink neon Saffiano leather tote bag that I paid $15.65 for. I did pay up for this bag. And it sold all in, the buyer paid $130.19. It sold to a pseudo famous person. not going to share who it was. They are known online and it's not a good reputation. But anyways, after fees and shipping, I made a profit of $79.41. All right, and then on 7/1, a couple days before my birthday, on the 4th of July, I sold a Kate Spade Truly Dazzling perfume. It was a 2.5 fluid ounce, and it was only about 75% full. I paid $2 for it. It was in a bag on the wall of bags in my thrift store, the local one, and it sold for $105.94. That's what the buyer paid, and after fees and shipping, I'm left with a profit of $78.49. And then a month later, on August 1st, I sold a Pokemon Center plush. I talked about this in a previous video. I will try to link it for you if you haven't seen it, because I do have a lot of new people here on this channel. This was a rare Blaziken plush. Blaziken's one of the starter Pokemons, if you didn't know, and it was from 2004, so not quite vintage, but almost. He did have a flaw, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna do, and I really didn't know how to price him. Some of the comps went up to like $250-ish for a mint one, but obviously he was not mint. He had a small flaw, so I put him on auction just to see how it would do. I think I started it at $9.99, and the final bid with shipping was $132.50. I paid 83 cents. He was also on the wall of bags in the like kids toy section, and after fees and the shipping costs, I'm left with $110.32 off an 83-cent plush, so a phenomenal sale. And then a couple days later, on 8/6, I sold an Eileen Fisher organic like linen dress. It was new with tags. I paid $10.79 for it. Really surprised, but it sold for $109.89, leaving me a profit after fees and shipping of $75.87. Then a week later, so August was a good month, I guess, on eBay for high dollar sales. I sold another pop. This one was also from my personal collection, so my cost is $0. It was the great white shark from the Jaws movie, Steven Spielberg. Again, I did not have the box, so it could have gone for a lot more if I kept the box. This is just to show you, keep your boxes if you get Funko Pops. They do still sell out of box, obviously. I've sold quite a few in 2021 that didn't have their boxes because they were mine. But if you ever might sell it down the line, you know, when you get tired of it or whatever, try to keep the boxes. I keep my boxes now in the attic just so I don't have to look at them and they don't take up space. But anyways, all in, the buyer paid $102.58. So after fees and shipping, I'm left with $77.12. All right, then on 9/1, I had the best sale of my thrifting reselling career and the best sale of 2021 so far. I mean, there is a couple days left, like I said earlier. This was a Build-A-Bear werewolf plush. He did have some panels like on his feet and his ears that glowed in the dark, and apparently he was really sought after. He was from 2014. And I paid $3.99 for him. They had put him in the like Halloween seasonal section of my thrift store. I happened to be there when they just put him out, and I grabbed it. I didn't know what it was at the time, and I had looked up comps and was like, holy crap, I need to get out of the store with this plush right now. It went to Canada, so it sold through GSP on eBay, global shipping program. I definitely made a lot of money through the GSP program this year, so I definitely recommend it if you haven't turned on that feature already. But all in, the buyer paid $258.49. She actually paid almost $300 all-inclusive because, like I said, it went to Canada, so she had to pay additional shipping on top of that. But what I received from her purchase was $258.49. Like I said, I paid $3.99. So after fees and shipping on this one item, which the fees were $34.81, so almost $35 in fees, just FYI, my total profit, what I took home in profit from that sale, is $211.10 on a Build-A-Bear plush from 2014. Let that sink in. Definitely don't overlook Build-A-Bear or plush in general in your thrift stores. I've made a lot of money on plush this year after just starting to do it this year as well. So it's definitely been lucrative for me. Okay, sorry if the angle changed slightly. Of course, my battery died. wouldn't be one of my videos if my battery didn't die or I ran out of space on my SD card. Anyways, let's continue. So about 2 weeks later on 9/15, I sold a pair of Nike sneakers. These were the Nike Air Max 270. They were the grade school, black and volt green in a size 7Y, which is a 7 youth, which is also equivalent to a women's 8.5. I bought these for myself and I paid $39.99 for them. I ended up not loving them, so I decided to list them, and all in the buyer paid $115.19. After fees and shipping, my profit is $63.86, even after paying $40 for the shoes. So if I hadn't paid $40 for the shoes, then I probably would have been sitting a little bit more pretty as far as profits are concerned, but because they sold over $100, I didn't have to pay any fees. So my fees were zero, and that definitely helped to bring the profit up a little bit more. All right, and then another 2 weeks later on 9/30, I sold a pair of Rothy's. These were the ones that I got in my ThredUp box. I will link it over here if you haven't seen it. It was the second to last ThredUp shoe box that I got and unboxed here on this channel. I paid $4.41 for each pair of shoes in that box because I had some ThredUp credits, so that reduced the overall cost per item. These were the Petal Pink The Point flats in a size 12, so a really excellent women's size. All in, the buyer paid $89.10. And thanks to my low cost of goods, my total profit after fees and shipping is $61.70. All right, and the last sale for eBay that I'm gonna talk about is something that sold recently. It sold in the month of December 11th to be exact, and it's the second pair of Peloton cycling shoes. They were new, never been worn, used, nothing. I had the cleats still in the little plastic bag. They were a men's size 44, which is a 10.5, and they sold full price. All in, the buyer paid $101.84. I paid $11.19, and so my total profit after fees and shipping is $66.38. So altogether, for those 12 items I sold on eBay that are part of this video, that's $1,494.51 in gross sales and $1,089.25 in net profit. That gives me an average sales price of $124.54, an average profit of $90.77, and an average cost of goods of $8.54, which for me is actually fairly high, but a lot of that comes from that pair of Nike shoes that I paid $39.99 for because I bought them for myself on Poshmark and just ended up not loving them. All right, so next we're gonna talk about Poshmark, and on Poshmark I have 5 sales to share with you. So the first one was on March 17th. I sold a new with tags Brahmin croc satchel in soft Tuscan. It was a half and half, so it wasn't fully croc embossed, but part of it was. That's what they refer to it as. I paid $8.70 for it at my local thrift store. It sold on an offer of $130. And so my profit after the Poshmark fees is $95.30. The next item I'm going to talk about is another new with tags bag. It is a Rebecca Minkoff Mini Mab flap crossbody. I originally bought this for myself from Nordstrom Rack like 2 years ago, I want to say. Never wore it, never used it, so I decided to list it because it wasn't doing me any favors just sitting in my closet. I'm just not a purse person. It sold for $85, and I recorded my cost as 0 because it had already been purchased a few years ago, and I don't remember what I paid for it because I got it from Nordstrom Rack. So my profit after the fees is $68 in earnings, since I don't have a cost of goods to subtract from that. Okay, and then on May 31st, I had another new with tag item. I love this sale. It's a pair of Gucci Wayfarer sunglasses. So I got these through work. They had, because they discontinued this program as of this month, but they had this program where when you get recognized by your colleagues, your peers, your managers, whomever, they assign points to them, and then you can redeem those points in like an online store for items. So I compiled a bunch of points and I got these Gucci sunglasses for free. I didn't pay a dime. and they sold for $175. So I got the full profit after the Poshmark fees were taken out, which is $140. All right, next on 7/3, so a day before my birthday, I sold another pair of Rothy's. These were the retired color in Granite Heather. They were the round toe in a size 7. I paid $19.45 for them. I can't remember if these are the ones I got off Poshmark or the ones I got off Mercari. It was one of the two, and they sold for $100. I think it was an offer from a buyer. And so after the fees and my cost, I'm left with $60.55 in profit. And the last sale I'm going to talk about on Poshmark was another good sale, another new item. So 4 out of the 5 on Poshmark were new. This sold on August 17th. It was a pair of Dark Martens Jadon platform AI boots, new in the box. I didn't pay anything for them, and they sold for $162. Which is pretty close to the retail. I think retail is like $180. And so my profit after fees is $128.10 because I paid $0. All right, so for those 5 items on Poshmark, that's gross sales amount of $652 and a net profit of $491.95. So that works out to an ASP of $130.40, an average profit of $98.39, and an average cost of $5.63. So that average cost of goods is about where I normally sit, $4 to $5 when I go thrifting. And, you know, combined with the thredUP boxes that I'm addicted to purchasing. The ASP was slightly higher than eBay. The average profit was about $8 higher than eBay, but a lot less sales, 7 less sales to be exact, that were over that threshold for this video. All right, so the next platform we're gonna talk about is Facebook Marketplace. I didn't do as much on Facebook this year as I probably would have liked, but it's just really overwhelming, and I don't use List Perfectly or Vendu. I'm just doing everything manually myself, so I don't cross list to other platforms other than Poshmark and eBay as often as I should. But I did have one really good sale over there. It sold on May 23rd, and it was a new with tag Carhartt Arctic quilt lined extreme coat. I got this from the bins. I don't know why, but there were 2 new with tag pieces of Carhartt there, and I think people left them behind because they were so heavy that they didn't want to pay the weight for them. But based on all the items I got in that bins trip, I only paid 85 cents per piece, and these sold for $100. I did have free shipping on them, which cost $19.30 to ship, so that did eat into my profit a little bit, but I still made a profit of $74.85 off of that bins item. Obviously don't have an average to share from Facebook Marketplace because it's just one sale. Next, we're gonna talk about Mercari. And now that I'm towards the bottom of my spreadsheet, I see that I sold on 5 platforms, technically not 4 like I said earlier in the video, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So on Mercari, I have 2 sales to share with you. The first one was in January. So January 11th, I sold a Hoka One One. Yes, it's not Hoka 11 like I originally thought. It's Hoka One One. These are the Tor Ultra High hiking boot. I bought these also from the bins. Different trip, I think, than the Carhartt ones, but still came from the bins. They sold for $110. I did have free shipping on this as well because that was something I didn't change on Mercari until later in the year. I always had free shipping on everything, and I just jacked up the price slightly to cover the costs. So with the cost of shipping, they were really heavy boots in a big men's size, plus my cost of goods, which I think was just over $1 from the bins. I'm left with a profit of $76.09. Okay, and the other Mercari sale is from April 4th. It's a vintage Tiffany & Co. oval tag necklace. I will link a video here if I haven't already reached the max number of cards. But what happened was I was on Facebook, and one of my friends was trying to get rid of a bunch of his wife's stuff, jewelry, bags, all kinds of stuff, mostly designer that she didn't use anymore, and he felt like it was cluttering up his home. So he decided to sell it to his Facebook friends. There were a couple Louis Vuittons, but I don't know enough about Louis to have confidently purchased that. So he had a like a little clear Tupperware container of just jewelry, and it was all mashed together. You couldn't see anything. And I asked him how much he wanted for it. He said $30 shipped. And he shipped it in just a padded flat rate envelope. I did an unboxing video or unbagging video here on my channel, and inside that bag was this Tiffany necklace, and I had no idea if it was legit. It was very tarnished. I also did a video on how to clean tarnished silver. That's here on my channel. It's just a short, I think it's like 50 seconds or something like that. But it came out looking really nice, and I sold it on Mercari for $175. So for the cost for this item, since I paid $30 in total for that whole bag of jewelry, I recorded my costs as the full $30 because I wasn't sure if I was gonna sell anything else from that, because I'm not really a jewelry seller and I don't have much experience with it. So after the Mercari fees and the shipping and my cost of goods, I'm left with $122.12 in profit. So for those two items on Mercari, that's gross sales amount of $285 and a net profit amount of $198.21, which gives us about $142.50 in an average sales price, an average profit of $99.11, and an average cost of goods of $15.58, which is obviously pretty high because I just put the whole $30 cost of that bag for that one item. All right, and the last sale I'm gonna share with you, and the platform that I forgot about, was from a YouTube auction. So I did an auction here on my channel. I've only done two, I think. This was the first one that I ever did. It happened in late June 28th. Thank you, Just Me Kathy, for purchasing this. So what I did with the rest of the jewelry in that bag with the Tiffany's necklace was to lot it up. I had like one little bag full of rings and earrings that I sold separately, and then I think I pulled out a bunch of Alex and Ani bracelets and did those separately as well. And then everything else was included in this lot that I did on an auction. There were some good pieces in here. There was like a Pandora necklace and a 10-karat gold necklace in here, and the bid got up to $155. My cost is $0 because I already consumed that $30 with the Tiffany necklace sale. And so after the shipping costs and the PayPal fees, I'm left with $163.90. So not even including the, I think there were like 15 Alex and Ani bracelets, which I sold on auction to Paul, the Philly flipper, and then the earrings and rings, which I can't remember who bought those. Just the vintage Tiffany's necklace and the jewelry lot. I'm at a profit of $286.02 on a $30 bag of jewelry. So moral of the story, if you see your friends selling stuff on Facebook, look into it. Even if it's just a mystery lot of what looks to be junk, try it out, see what happens. You might get really lucky like I did. Yeah, I'm really happy with that sale from Facebook. I almost wish that I had bought some other stuff from him, but there was nothing else that was kind of like a mystery, and you know your girl loves a good mystery box. So that's what kind of gravitated me towards that, and I'm really happy that I made the jump and did that. So across all 5 of those platforms and 21 items, my total gross sales is $2,686.51. Not bad. And my total profit across all 21 items is $2,018.16. So a little less than $600 off of the gross sales amount, which I'm really happy with. I've tried so hard to keep my cost of goods down in 2021, and towards the later half of the year, I've started to, you know, source better, leave a lot of the other stuff behind, like the just bread and butter that doesn't do the best for me. I will totally pick up bread and butter that sells quick for me or sells for a really good price, but I've been leaving behind, you know, like the Anthropologie and the Free People and the Madewell, the stuff that's gonna sit. And I've tried to really, you know, invest my money better in pieces that aren't gonna sit and take up space for an eternity and will sell it pretty quickly. And I've done a pretty good job of that that so far, and I hope to continue that in 2022. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can make a lot more bins trips in 2022 because I really love sourcing at the bins. I know it's gross and a lot of people don't like it, but I just really enjoy the thrill of the hunt in the bins because you just honestly never know what you're gonna find. And yes, that's true for general regular thrift stores as well, but it's a whole different animal when you go to the bins, and I really love it. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. There will be links to everybody's video or their channel if they didn't have their video link available yet in the description below. Please go out and watch all of them and see how our sales were in 2021. I think it's really helpful to see that kind of information, and thank you again to Becky for putting this collab together. I've had such an amazing year getting to know everybody in her group and getting to know Becky a little bit better as well, and I can't thank her enough. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube to know what type of content you enjoy seeing from me, and please leave a comment down below about some of your really good sales from 2021. I love to hear about people succeeding with reselling, and you know, it's just like, you know, positivity, and I want more of that here on YouTube and just in my life in general. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here in my weird little family on the internet, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.